We begin in a dimly lit room, where the gleam of futuristic technology meets the warm presence of vinyl records stacked neatly on a shelf. The air is electric with anticipation, much like the opening note of a record. In the tapestry of modern music, few artists have woven as intricate and compelling a narrative as Janelle Monáe. Possessing a dynamic blend of musical prowess, genre-defying compositions, and a distinct visual aesthetic, Monáe has carved out a space that is both enigmatic and inviting. Her journey speaks to a transformative artistry that challenges conventions while embracing the timeless allure of storytelling. As we unravel her story, we discover an artist who is not just creating music, but crafting an entire universe, one era at a time. From her initial foray into the music scene, Janelle Monáe has wielded a scepter of innovation, adorned with elements of R&B, pop, funk, and hip-hop. This multi-genre approach not only showcases her versatility, but also her refusal to be pigeonholed into a single category. Every note she pens, every melody she marries to lyric, serves a purpose in the grand scheme of her artistic vision, a narrative as complex and deliberate as a well-composed symphony. Our journey begins with Metropolis, Sweet Wine, The Chase, an EP that marks her introduction to the world and the first chapter in a saga that binds music with the rich, imaginative elements of science fiction. As the soundscapes unfold, we meet Cindy Mayweather, Monáe's alter ego, who emerges as a central figure in this burgeoning narrative. Inspired by the classic Metropolis and heavily imbued with a sense of urgency and chase, the EP introduces themes of freedom, conformity, and identity, all threaded through the futuristic lens of an alter ego living in a dystopian future. The Metropolis era is a masterful debut, artfully blending musical genres and offering a narrative that is as much a story as it is a social commentary. Critically, Metropolis was seen as a breath of fresh air, a bold proclamation of an artist who would not be swayed by the traditional path expected of musicians. Reviewers lauded the EP's innovative narrative and production style, while it captured the imagination of listeners. Here was an artist borrowing from R&B's emotive depths, pop's infectious energy, funk's vibrant grooves, and hip-hop's lyrical dexterity, all while interweaving a compelling storyline. Transitioning from this work, Monáe delved deeper into her narrative with The Arch-Android, her debut full-length studio album. With precision and a kaleidoscope of influences, she expanded the world where Cindy Mayweather resides. The sound of this era was an exuberant medley of genres, much like an artist joyfully splashing colors on a blank canvas. Each track stood as a chapter, collectively unfolding a fuller picture of a world governed by uniformity, yet teeming with nuance and depth. The Arch-Android establishes Monáe not only as a musical innovator, but also a curator of sound. Here, she dances with different musical influences, taking the listener on a journey from emotive orchestral pieces to psychedelic rock-inspired tracks, touching on classical, soul, and even operatic influences. The boldness of mixing these styles showcases Monáe's understanding of music as a universal language capable of bridging time and space, much like the allegorical content of her lyrics. Critical reception was overwhelmingly positive, with many labeling it a masterpiece of contemporary music. This era not only delineated Janelle Monáe as an artist of substantial depth, but it positioned her narrative, full of androids and allegories, as a mirror reflecting society's ongoing struggles with identity, freedom, and love. As the applause from The Arch-Android faded, Monáe introduced the world to The Electric Lady, a continuation of her cerebral saga. Whereas her previous work drew heavily from dystopian themes, this album offered a coming of age for Cindy Mayweather, and perhaps a revelation of Monáe herself. With The Electric Lady, Monáe intersects the personal with the cosmic, crafting a soundtrack that embodies liberation and empowerment. It is a vibrant expression of self-discovery and assertion that moves beyond the sonic landscapes of her earlier works while remaining tethered to the saga's grounding themes. Monáe's artistic confidence and style are fully evident in The Electric Lady, which also finds her inviting collaborators from varied musical backgrounds. Each track presents an exploration of identity and individual freedom while being propelled by infectious rhythms and evocative compositions. The album finds favor with critics and listeners alike, cementing Monáe's status not merely as a storyteller, but as an innovator and fearless artist willing to transcend expectations. With this work, audiences found themselves drawn deeper into the Metropolis universe, while simultaneously being jolted into action by its call for freedom and transformation. From the electric currents of The Electric Lady, Monáe ventured into new territory with Dirty Computer. Here, she departs from the intricacies of her sci-fi universe to present a deeply personal narrative, shifting the focus inward to explore themes of identity, queerness, and self-love. The album functions as both autobiography and social manifesto, rooting itself in Monáe's lived experience as a Black queer woman navigating the cultural landscape. Dirty Computer became a beacon of empowerment and inclusion, received with critical acclaim and several Grammy nominations. The album liberated Monáe from the binding narrative of Cindy Mayweather, inviting listeners to connect with her individual journey, unearthing the beauty of otherness in its many forms. The critical reception hailed this work as groundbreaking, groundbreaking, lauding Monáe's fearless exploration of identity and her advocacy of personal freedom. It resonated deeply with the LGBTQ+ community, serving as both an anthem and a platform for marginalized voices. Beyond her music and narratives, Monáe has embraced new creative avenues, contributing to film soundtracks and expanding her role as an actress. Her role in Hidden Figures and other cinematic endeavors have not only broadened her artistic reach but also provided additional platforms for her commitment to diversity and representation. The influence of her work in film echoes her musical endeavors, carrying her message of empowerment and transformation into new realms of storytelling. As the lights dim on the dirty computer era, Monáe finds herself embarking on her most recent journey, the age of primitives. Here, she embarks on explorations where influences from Afrobeats and global genres intertwine with her existing tapestry of sound. Driven by a commitment to social change, Monáe continues to evolve, bringing new cultural influences to the fore, all while maintaining her dedication to narrative and advocacy. In shaping her broader legacy, Janelle Monáe's journey underscores not just her evolution as an artist, but her invaluable contribution to the societal conversations surrounding race, gender, identity, and freedom. She is a beacon of what it means to be an artist in the deepest sense, a visionary ferociously tackling the constructs of genre and narrative, while simultaneously nurturing a space that embraces the multifaceted dimensions of identity and humanity. As we conclude this exploration of her eras, we are left with the promise of what is yet to come. Janelle Monáe's story is not just a chronicle of musical accomplishments, but a testament to the transformative power of art and its potential for societal reflection and change. Her past hints at a future teeming with possibilities, a future where creativity knows no boundaries and stories continue to unfold in endless harmonies and narratives, a promise of more to come.